Bizarre moment caught on camera as Morning Joe, his wife, oh my, this is too good. So Democrats right now are melting down over the fact that George Clooney has legitimately called Joe Biden to step down. He says, I love you, Joe. I love you. I love you, Joe, but we need a new nominee. Now, watch this as Joe Scarborough and his wife are going to insinuate. They're going to go back and forth here in a hilarious term. She's going to get emotional. He's going to get emotional over the fact that they finally know and they got to understand. Well, he's gotten to understand that Obama is actually playing a bigger role than anybody thinks. Let's take a look. Oh boy. And you know what's crazy? People called you crazy. They called me crazy. They called us conspiracy theorists for saying that somebody's actually on their third term. What do you guys think? Who's actually running the country? Because Joe Scarborough is about to agree with all of us. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know where you guys are watching from. If you send any super chats, we'll read it, and we'll read the super chats after the live stream or after this video. Let's take a look.
This wasn't. Come on.
What? Who do you think? I'll say one thing that we do have to underline here, just so viewers can follow what's going on behind the scenes, is the Biden campaign and many Democratic officials do believe that Barack Obama is quietly working behind the scenes to orchestrate this.
What is that? Is this Fox News? What is happening? Oh, I think I've said what is happening for the last month already. Is he saying these people have gone full-blown conspiracy theorists? Oh my!
Many Democratic officials do believe that Barack Obama is quietly working behind the scenes to orchestrate this.
Yeah, this wasn't George Clooney.
But what do you mean?
This wasn't. Come on.
What? Who do you think it was? Matt Damon?
It was not Matt Damon.
Who do you think
it wasn't?
It was?
Julia Roberts either.
Who do you think it was? You can say the name. You won't melt. It's not Voldemort. Are you saying you think Barack Obama put him up to this?
I think that Barack Obama has a lot of influence, and I think that.
Wow. Isn't this the craziest day ever, bro? Like, oh my God, they are admitting the power and influence of Barack Obama. People have been saying this for the last 4 years. Now they're saying, well, we have to admit that Barack actually has more power than we really want to say. And I think he's orchestrating a coup to get Joe Biden to drop out. Crazy. No way.
Was. You can say the name. You won't melt. It's not Voldemort. Are you saying you think Barack Obama put him up to this?
I think that Barack Obama has a lot of influence, and I think that there's a lot there.
There's a lot there.
There's a lot there.
There's a lot there, Willie.
I'll tell you, there were two people in this picture, and one has had a presidency that was absolutely, undeniably historic.
Yeah. Well, I think you have two people that had extraordinarily historic presidencies.
Historic in terms of legislative accomplishments.
Well, like you say, and
interesting that she says that. Interesting. All of a sudden now, that's what historic means. Why didn't you say that in the first place? Interesting, man. These people are crazy. What is happening?
They're both historic.
And they're both historic. And Barack Obama,
for sure.
Affordable Care Act, not George Clooney. He probably said it too, Willie, but Joe Biden actually whispered that was a big
deal.
Effing deal. So, yeah, it's this question hangs over all conversations, Willie, not just here,
Willie,
but with senators and everybody else about those of us who have spent a lot of time talking to President Biden, who know President Biden, were stunned by what we saw a couple Thursdays ago. And so, okay, if that's a one-time thing, great. But is it going to happen again? What caused it? So far, I think for most Democrats who are very concerned, there hasn't been an adequate explanation that helps them move along and say, okay, we're in a dead heat right now. Let's win this thing.
Yeah, I think most Democrats rolled their eyes at the explanations. Well, the debate was at 9 o'clock. Are you saying the leader of the free world can't perform after 9 o'clock? Well, he traveled all around the world. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks before the debate. Are you saying he's not ready for a 90-minute debate 2 weeks after he's traveled abroad? That stuff actually made it worse, I think, for a lot of Democrats. It looked like some kind of a cover for something larger. As you said yourself, Senator Coons, there have been people who worked with President Biden, world leaders who've come out and said, yeah, they've noticed that he has slowed down in the last couple of years. So my question to you is, the argument from the Biden campaign is it's a group of elites. It's George Clooney. It's rich people and donors who are calling for him to
Group of elites. Group of elites.
step aside. But you know as well as I do that it's not just that. It's people who watched that debate, people who've cringed a little even before the debate at some of his performances, Democrats who like Joe Biden, Democrats who very much want Donald Trump to lose this election and be kept from the White House, who are worried. So what do you say, not to elites, but to voting Democrats going about their summers right now who are concerned about President Biden's age? What can you say this morning to give them confidence that he still is up to this job and would be for another 4 years, despite what they saw at the debate?
Well, let me first agree with what you're saying, with your premise. What unites all of us is a determination to make sure that Donald Trump isn't reelected. Joe Biden.
Oh, man. Oh, that's so sad. These two, I mean, this is embarrassing. Now they're putting the blame on Barack Obama. They're literally debating and arguing over the fact that Barack Obama is responsible now. Now Barack Obama is your bad guy? Really? Really? Interesting. What a time to be alive, to watch all of this unfold right before the election. Never forget this episode of Morning Joe. Never forget how they're trying to now blame Barack. They're not even trying to blame Joe Biden for being so bad. Bad. The presidency was bad. Everybody has to pay for everything, double the money, wars everywhere. This is the cult of this is a cult. This ain't no regulatory, this ain't no conversation. This is you guys for years denied and called the right-wingers, the conspiracy theorists, and the bad people for saying the same thing you're saying today. Wow. And then they say it was a historic, they both had historic, he had a historic, and they had to double back and say, well, it was historic for good reasons. But why didn't you say that in the first place? Look, man, I can't wait. By the way, I don't know if you guys know, we're going to be live streaming on both channels in a bit. This might be Joe Biden's last press conference. They're throwing him out there to the media. They're throwing him out there to the media today. Now, I want you to listen to what's happening because Joe Biden's going to be out there tonight at around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're watching this later on, you can rewatch that on the channels or wherever you can find it. And Joe Biden is going to be doing a solo press conference. And a lot of people think that this is it. Let's take a look at the preparation for this, just so you guys can see. This is CNN.
According to two sources, before cabinet meetings that the president attends, cabinet officials will submit their questions and talking points, key talking points and bullet points that they plan to present to the president in these closed door meetings. This is how one source described it. They said the entire display is kind of an act. They would come and say, hey, the president is going to call on you about 25 minutes in and ask this question. What are the bullet points that you'll respond with? Now, the White House's defense has been that that is standard practice for any administration. They said in a setting like this, you never want the president to be not aware of what is going to be discussed. They want to also just be mindful of the president's time. But we also spoke with sources from the Obama years who said in the cabinet meetings for former President Barack Obama, those were never this meticulously.
Wow. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we are watching something that I never thought we'd see. The mainstream media is telling. This is the power of the mainstream media. Joe Biden has become useless to them that they are now snitching. They are now saying, well, hey, this is all planned. This is not real. And yeah, we're just going to tell everybody that the questions are going to be staged. This is all staged. This never happened during Trump or Obama. Wow. Wow. Oh, I've never seen Obama's name come up so many times now. And once again, they legitimately made it a huge deal when any conservative commentators or any conservative person in the media spoke about Obama. They said, "Oh, you're bad." Bro, this is crazy. Unbelievable time to live in. This is unbelievable. All right, let's read a super chat. We got one super chat, which is great. Joshua P says, I am guessing super chat is working now. I hope so, because you deserve it, my man. Love your channel. Keep up the great work. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Yes, we are live right now on my second channel. You guys can send donations because this channel is monetized. My main channel is not, but we are still doing live streams back and forth, and I'm hoping to get that one monetized. But if you're sending money, I'm telling you, thank you so much. That means the world to me. It really, really, really does. All right, guys, that'll be it for this video. Make sure to smash the like button, spread the word, and we're going to be live. This today might be Joe Biden's actual last day in office, because I think they're throwing him out there to the fire of the media. Well, once again, I'm not sure what it is that's going to happen out there, but they're going to be asking him questions, staged or not. We'll see if he passes this test, and we'll see how the media, allegedly, we'll see how the media handles this. See you guys on the next one.